Hi, excuse the mask because I don't want to be recognized because of the topic of this video. I have maybe thought about this specifically about dissociative disorders. I've thought for about more than 6 months, about 6 months now. But I have known something was up with me since maybe a few years ago. I'm not sure how long, but yeah. I think I have OSDD, which is very similar to DID, but I personally don't get amnesia in between switches. We don't. So we all know what's going on in each other's lives. It's just who is controlling the body is different. But nobody knows. Our family don't know. My boyfriend doesn't know. My friends don't know. And I don't feel like I am in a safe enough place to tell them. And it's very lonely especially because apart from me, our entire system are women and, well, girls. I also have PTSD, but it's not to do with childhood trauma. That part is to do with trauma that I've had within the last 3 years. And I think that's why I feel unable to tell anyone after having come to terms with it myself. I don't feel like I know anyone who would be happy, or not happy, but who would just accept it genuinely without freaking out or being weirded out or something like that. I feel like I would just only make things worse for us if we were to tell anyone. And even within the DID community, we don't really have any friends. We've tried, but I don't know. If you're just another person, then obviously no one's really gonna give you special attention if you try and talk out or whatever. Yeah, to them I'm just another person in there. So yeah, I don't really have friends in the DID community, and my friends are all outside. And I guess the point of this video really is just saying, because I always see all of these people on YouTube or even just like within Discord servers, and they all seem to have people. But then I wanted to let people know that it can be a very lonely thing to have when someone thinks that they know you, but really you're hiding something huge about who you are and who everyone in the system is. I mean, obviously it can be noticeable, and to be honest, it's quite easy for all of the system to act like me, because they're always like, because there's no amnesia, so they generally get a feel for what I act and talk like. So obviously that helps. And I think maybe our boyfriend gets that something's up with me, but not that it's something like DID. I mean, he knows that I dissociate generally, but not that there are different parts of me, and it's lonely. And even in therapy, a couple of years ago, I tried to explain it to my therapist that I had for depression, anxiety, but he didn't even seem to know what dissociation is. I said to him that I dissociate a lot, and he said to me, "What do you mean by disassociate?" And I'm like, I had to explain disassociation to him, and then he says to me, "I think we all get like that sometimes," and I'm like, right. So yeah, it's not always a fun thing. I think it could be a fun, interesting thing if you have people who support you and know your system, but it can also be very suffocating. I know the few people in my system feel suffocated by the fact that they can't completely come into their own when they're out. And I know it must be really hard, but I think like we all understand that now is not really the time to say anything. And, you know, sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's best to just not say anything and get on with life. But that's why I would advise all of the systems out there to at least have someone, because it's a disorder that can become very lonely very quickly. But I would not say that it is necessary if you feel like you're not safe, and it may be more beneficial to first combat other things that are holding you back in terms of mental health, and then maybe along the way you'll find someone that you can confide in more, and you know that they'll be able to help you. But right now, I don't have anyone like that, so I guess I will be waiting, and hopefully this will get easier over time. Thank you for listening.